Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Kevin McMahon, Bear Creek Honey, and you're watching Adventures in Beekeeping. Happy Independence Day, as you might have guessed. Today's the 4th of July. Today's episode we are going to combine hives, or in this case nucleus colonies. A couple of nucleus colonies that aren't doing so well, and a couple of nucleus colonies that have viable queens. And getting a little late in the year for me to start doing walk-away splits, so I'm just going to combine two poor nukes into two viable nukes, and get a little bit of stronger colony going into winter, hopefully. So that's the plan. This colony right here, I have a queen from a, can't remember quite. I think this is a barnyard. This is actually wasn't from a split. It was from a package that I split into three nukes. If you remember, queen's doing well, so we're just going to combine it with a nuke it was a walk-away split, and it had probably 5 or 6 queen cells, and I took queen cells out of that one and made a couple more splits out of that. And funny thing is that colony, the queen hatched, she went out, she mated, came back. I took that nuke over to a new location. She was a laying machine, and as it turns out, she's a poorly mated laying machine because all her eggs were drones, and the bees inside were tearing. When I just checked, I checked 2 days ago, and they had uncapped all the cells, and I checked yesterday, and they had dragged all the larvae out of those cells and were rebuilding the comb. So before we start getting laying workers in there and whatnot, I'm just going to combine it. Now today I'm going to combine it with a queen excluder, which I don't have a queen excluder that quite fits. A 5-frame nuke, but I could cut this in half, but if I do that, then it's only good for one nuke. I'm just going to lay it across, put some newspaper down, combine the hive, and and the funny thing is that after that drone layer, and they uncapped it, I can't find the queen. So either they killed her, she died, or something, but I could never find her. But just in case she's still in there and I just can't find her, I'm going to put a queen excluder down on this one, and then just watch the hive and see how it does. So let's get started. And I just also wanted to just throw this out there. I bought these. These are like my reading glasses, which are 1.5s that I wear all the time, but these are 3s, and I just bought them on a whim. And as it turns out, I don't need to wear my magnifying headset. I just wear these, and I can spot eggs just like that. And so if you ever have trouble seeing eggs, just get yourself a pair of readers. These are $7.65 on Amazon, and they're 3 power, and this is all I need. And I've got I had good eyesight my whole life, but as you get older, you need reading glasses and whatnot. But so if you ever have trouble, just get a pair of these. I promise you, this is all you're going to need. When I'm grafting, this is probably all I'm ever going to need. So there you go. Well, let's get the ball rolling here. While we're doing this, I am going to be looking for the queen, but I'm going to guess that they've killed her, since she's just a pure drone laying queen. They had no use for her. I don't know how bees react. My other hive over there, I'll show you that. I'll tell you that story actually when we get to it. So we got 2 to get to, so we're going to try to do this fairly quickly. not using this anyways. Oh, okay. I'm starting to run out of top boxes. So all I could find was a bottom. But it has this pinwheel damper, and because I have some drones in there and whatnot, this gives them a little escape. So they can come in and out, but they'll work on getting up here, and that should work. I just want to get this lined up so we know, in case it rains, you don't get any water in there. Okay. Here's my nucleus colony. So while I'm going through this, I'm going to show you what I was talking about. Hopefully you can see it. I filmed it yesterday, but it really didn't show close up enough of the chewed out cells. This is a partially built out frame nectar. Another partially built out frame on this side, fully built out on this side. All full of nectar. Matter of fact, I think this is going to make a good outside frame. Just doing a double check, making sure the queen isn't on there. Okay, so this is actually, let me show you what I was talking about, and hopefully you can get a good close-up. This is the drawn out, or I mean the eaten out drone comb that I was telling you about from a drone laying queen. You can see all the cells that were uncapped, and the larvae was dragged out. So that pretty much tells you all you need to know. This side is essentially no different. And they'll continue to drag out those larvae and uncap them. And that's really a shame. And that's a problem, I'm gonna guess. I had them in this yard. You know, I split her from a hive over there, and then I had 2 more splits, and all I can guess is that her mother's drones were the ones that mated her, and that's the only thing. That's the only viable explanation I can come up with having this. And maybe when I do walkaway splits next time, I really do need to have a mating yard where I take these out, bring some drone comb. Yeah, you know what's funny? There's eggs in these cells, and actually looks like there's multiple eggs. They're down at the bottom, so I've got laying workers as well in here now. But combining this hive should suppress these laying workers, I'm hoping anyways. This is all an experiment, learning experience for me. Very, very quiet hive though, for just getting transported from another location. That's just a shame. What a shame. Nope, no queen that I can find anyways. Okay. Ah, dirty bitches. Okay. These bees have plenty of nectar coming in. I don't need to feed them anymore. And that, as they say, is that. Okay. I've got the lower entrance open. We're good to roll here. Now this hive here, if you remember any episodes, maybe you do, maybe you don't. This is the hive. It had, probably 8-9 queen cells in it. And so I Dremel tooled one of the queen cells out and I stuck it into this hive right here. And this hive right here is that's doing great. It has a laying queen. The only problem is the hive got a little honey bound. She didn't have any place to lay, so I put a third super onto it to try to relieve some of the pressure, and hopefully they start building out comb and giving her some places to lay, because it's all filled with nectar. And I stopped feeding that hive as well. But anyways, so I left the 6-7 queen cells in here, and never did find a queen cell that hatched or whatever. And waited. July 16th or June 16th, it was supposed to hatch. I waited my 2 weeks to June 30th, and there was nothing, no laying queen in there, no nothing. And then I found 3 queen cells in here. I don't know, a few days ago. And the only thing that I can guess is that those are queen cells from a they're laying worker queen cells, and they'll tear them down once they realize that they're drones and not fertilized eggs. So it is what it is. Sometimes bees get it wrong. So what we're gonna do is right here I have a hive with a nuke with a viable queen, good laying queen. This was a walkaway split from a Carnolian, and I'm just going to set this. I'm actually probably going to take this box off because I don't think this is very built out, and then just take the frames out and then put those frames in here. So that's my plan. And we're going to put, again, queen excluder, paper, everything. So here we go. And I recognize my explanations are a bit long. I need to shorten those up. I get it. But, you know, not everybody watches every video that I make, so. Okay. So yeah, what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna shake these, because these aren't even built out. I'm just gonna shake these frames out. Ah, these bees like to stick, don't they? I'm gonna give them a little smoke. That one's full of honey, and this one's empty. Okay. Okay. Again, I'm taking bees from a queen right colony. And putting them on here. There's the queen, got her already. And she's got a nice little laying pattern on half this frame right here, so that's awesome. Honest with you, I'm gonna stick this one, well, it doesn't really matter. So I got my queen right away, so I know I'm queen right. And this is all full of eggs right here. This frame. This side, not so much yet. So we're gonna spin this around. I'm gonna put these sides together. Okay. All full of eggs on this one. No capped brood yet in this colony, but that's okay. This is a pure honey frame. Actually, well, okay. And then I'm going to give them this partially drawn out frame right here. So this colony should do quite well. The thing, you know, I don't have much experience with laying workers and how that they will react to a new queen. I know that if there is a laying queen, they might kill her if you just introduce her, but the fact that I'm giving them a delay with the newspaper and that she has laying eggs and larvae and everything in there, by the time they get up here, that might suppress that urge to keep laying. Hoping that that's the case. This is all a learning experience for me. I mean, I had to just look up yesterday that they will cap eggs from laying worker, thinking that they are going to create drones and give them royal jelly, and then you know, halfway through the development they'll tear it down. I did not know that, but that's again another learning experience. That's why my timeline was off for will workers move eggs and whatnot. I mean, I had a nice big huge you know, queen cell, but I went in there yesterday and guess what? There's no queen in there. Go figure. And the queen cell was torn down. That's probably because it was a drone that was actually in there. So hopefully now I have two viable nucleus colonies that I can take into winter. They'll build up nice and strong. Yeah, there's no way to create these into 10 frame colonies going into winter. I'm just going to leave them here. Hopefully I can get a third super on these when they're collecting honey over the next 3 weeks during our honey flow. And like I said, that's my hope. And then they'll have plenty of stores for the winter. Pretty soon I'm going to have to give them another dose of oxalic acid here. I'll have to take the honey supers off the hives before I do that, but it's been about a month. On the 8th, it'll be a month since I last treated. I'll have to do a mite roll check and then treat. But anyways, I hope you learned a little bit about combining hives today. Hopefully this will work. I'll do an update on this in about a week. So stay tuned. Happy beekeeping and happy 4th of July.